ASU 210-06. FASB issued ASU 210-20 on the credit quality of financing receivables. Now remind me, how are financing receivables different from so-called trade receivables?
And a financing receivable is nothing more than an asset where there will be future payments made to the holder of the asset. So in effect, you've got an organization that has receivables. If they're normal trade receivables, they're scoped out of this ASU. But virtually every other type of receivable falls within the category what FASB refers to as a financing receivable. So for example, credit card receivables. For example, mortgage-backed receivables. For example, notes payable that a customer may enter into when they buy furniture from a furniture dealer, or they have their children get braces and they sign a 3-year note to make payments over that time. Any kind of receivable other than short-term trade receivables falls within the category of a financing receivable. So once FASB segregated receivables into, in effect, 2 separate categories, they then added additional note disclosures that have to be made for financing receivables. And those additional note disclosures are designed to provide, in effect, an early warning system to users as to what may be happening within a company's AR portfolio.
Well, that makes sense, John. So tell me, what impact does ASU 2010-20 have on the current disclosures that our viewers and their clients are familiar with?
Now, I mentioned those to you because in my travels in the last 6-7 months, it seems that many of us haven't paid a lot of attention to this ASU. Many believe it applies only to financial institutions. And while certainly it does apply to financial institutions, it also will apply to retailers with credit cards. It also will apply to any kind of organization like a medical practice, a furniture dealer that has a customers or patients sign long-term notes. It applies to a variety of different kinds of organizations other than specifically financial institutions. And I think it's an important issue for us to take a look at because I have asked audiences in the last couple of months, how many of you have read this? And I get 1 hand up, 2 hands up. Very few people are even aware it exists. It is applicable for public companies in calendar year 11, and is applicable for private companies starting calendar year 12. So I think, Mike, for those in your audience that have not necessarily taken a look at this, I would strongly recommend that readers take a look at the issue of ASU 2010-20 and pay specific attention to the example disclosures that are contained within this document. And those example disclosures run 7 or 8 pages long. They are terribly extensive.